back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial on this look. This was the second look that I promised you all, the sparkly silver dark smoky grungy look. Now I was going to pair this with a red lip, and you can totally do that if you want to, but I thought this would look absolutely gorgeous with a really glossy nude lip. So that is kind of what I paired it up with today, and I love how this turned out. I normally don't do super smoky looks and, you know, something super dark on the lids, but if there's glitter involved, I'm all for it. So I thought I would do this for you all today. I really wanted to get this up for you guys before Christmas, before the holidays, so you guys can practice. So I wanted to take a second to apologize that this was not up earlier, but I still really wanted to post it and do this look for you all because I think it would be absolutely beautiful for New Year's Eve. I will be doing one more look for New Year's Eve as well, which will be coming up very soon, but I thought I would post this just in case you guys wanted to do something a little bit different and something a little bit more smoky and dark. I also really wanted to say Merry Christmas to those who celebrate Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone else, and I hope you all had a wonderful month of December. So if you guys want to see how to recreate this look, then just keep on watching. So the first thing we're going to do is prime our eyes. Today I'm using the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This is a great base to keep your eyeshadows on all day long, and it also does color correct, which is what I need. So going right into shadow, we're going to be using the Morphe Brushes 35K palette today. I'm taking a really nice light taupey brown for our crease shade, and I'm using that on a Morphe MB23. And then on that same brush, I'm going to go in with a little bit of a deeper light taupey shade. This is still going to be a cool toned brown, but I'm just going to be using that same brush and again placing that product right underneath that crease color and where we put that first shade. And then we're going to be going in with the Morphe M433. We're going to be using all of the like dark but cool toned browns today, so I'm just going to go in with a deeper shade and really place that in my outer V. As you can see, I'm just going to be using that in my outer third of my eye and kind of creating it in a V motion. And then last but not least, I'm going with that same brush, but again a darker shade. We're just going to be building up the depth and dimension to this. This is definitely just like a basic smoky eye, but just with cool tone colors. Definitely not what I'm used to, but I really liked how this look turned out. And now for the fun part, we're going to go in with the liquid eyeshadow. This is from Absolute New York. It's their Pure Metal Veil eyeshadow. And then I'm going to be layering that with the Urban Decay MOONDUST shadow in the color Moonspoon. You guys, this shadow is so gorgeous. I'm using that on a Morphe M153, and it just gives such a beautiful look to the eyes. And I've really been into layering a liquid or cream shadow underneath a pigment or a glitter. I feel like it really just helps make it more metallic looking and amplified. And of course, you want this glitter to stick to your eye and make it last all day long. I also feel like using a pigment is going to really make the color payoff pop, so you're going to have a really bright lid, which is exactly what I wanted. Of course, I had some fallout, so I'm just going to be wiping that away with a makeup wipe and then going straight into liner. Today I'm using the NYX Cosmetics Black Matte Liquid Liner. This is one of my absolute favorites from the drugstore. This one is so pigmented and it's easy to use. It's also affordable, which is why I love it. And then I'm just going to go in with a quick coat of mascara on my lashes to prep my lashes for falsies. But before we do that, I thought I would include my brow routine since I haven't done it in a while. So today I'm just using the e.l.f. brow pencil in brunette, I believe. I don't use this all the time, but I thought I would today. It's not my favorite, but I do have to also go with the brow definer from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the color Chocolate. And then for lashes today, I'm using the Ardell 118 lashes. I did stack 2 pairs of these to make them a little bit more dramatic, but these are also some of my favorites from the drugstore. Moving on to the face, I'm going to be priming my face with the Estee Edit Pore Vanishing Stick. I like to use this because I have super large pores, and then I also like to push this into my skin to make sure that my pores are filled to make a really nice smooth canvas for our foundation. I also like a mattifying primer, so this one is by Cover FX. This is just a little sample I'm using, and I don't really know how I feel about it yet. For foundation today, I'm using one of my absolute favorites. This is by Kat Von D. It's her Lock-It Tattoo Foundation, and I'm just going to be buffing that out with, of course, my Morphe E6 brush. You guys heard about me talking about this brush so many times. It is my absolute favorite. And then for concealer, I'm going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm using the color NW20. I'm just placing that in the high points of my face, so on my forehead, underneath my eyes, on my nose, on my chin, and a little bit on my lip. And then I'm just going to be blending that out with a damp Real Technique sponge. One of the main reasons why I love using this concealer, and I missed it when I wasn't using it for the longest time, but it lasts so long under the eyes and it covers so much, but the thing is, it's so easy to blend out. I feel like it's just totally foolproof. So I'm going to be setting that with my Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder, again with my damp beauty sponge. I love using a damp sponge to set my powder. I feel like it really just gets in there. And then for the rest of my face, I'm using my Real Techniques powder brush with my Kat Von D translucent powder. This gives such a nice natural radiant radiant skin finish, but it also kind of leaves you matte at the same time. It's really hard to explain, but I love that powder as well. And then for contour today, I'm using my angled blush brush from e.l.f. with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. And I'm just going to be chiseling out my cheekbones, so starting from the top of my ear and bringing it down not any farther than the end of my brow. I also like to take it on the temples of my forehead because I do have quite a large forehead, so adding some of the shadow there really helps kind of make my forehead look a little bit smaller. And with no additional product, just using whatever leftover powder I have on my brush, I'm just going to be taking that the sides of my nose as well as the bottom of my jawbone. Moving on to bronzer, I'm going to be taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer with my e.l.f. Kabuki brush. Although we already have a contour on our face, I do love adding back a little bit of warmth to my skin. I feel like it really helps bring the whole look together. Now sometimes I make mistakes and we have to clean them up. I'm going to go back in with the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder with my damp sponge again, just to clean up the lines because I did go a little crazy. And then for blush today, I'm taking the Becca Blush with Light palette and mixing the two colors Wisteria and Songbird on my Morphe M142 brush. I always love to do this step. I'm just taking a big duo fiber brush and kind of blending everything together so we have no harsh lines. And then for highlight today, I'm taking an oldie but a goodie. This is the Balm Mary Luminizer on an Anastasia A23 brush. I honestly forgot how gorgeous this looks on the skin. It's like a really nice light champagne-y gold, and I feel like this would look absolutely beautiful on a bunch of different skin tones. I mean, it's a favorite of a lot of people's for a reason. And then I'm going to be just wiping away the bake, and of course I wanted to add a little bit of extra oomph. I'm taking the Ben Nye Lumiere Luxe powder in Ultra Bright and adding a little glitter for some glam. And then going back to the eyes, I'm taking the e.l.f. Eye Definer brush and going back with a couple of those dark shades we use on the top of our eyes. I'm just kind of mimicking the same technique we did earlier. And then the other brush that I'm using is a Morphe M432 just to really define our eyes and get right close to the lash line. Next, I'm going to take this beautiful Mally Beauty Shadow Stick Extra. This is in the color Moonlight. It comes in a pack of 5. This is so beautiful. It reminds me so much of the Marc Jacobs Twinkle Pops, but of course so much more affordable, and this color is gorgeous. It lasts so long on the eyes and I absolutely love these products. So I'm bringing it in my inner corner and of course dragging it downwards, and then I'm also going back in with the Mary Luminizer by the Balm Highlight to highlight our brow bone right where the arch of the brow is. And I'm also blending it out with my fingers so it's not super harsh. And then to line our waterline, I'm using the MAC Cosmetics Chromographic pencil. I think this is in the NW15 NC20 color. It's like the nude shade. And then of course I'm going to be finishing off the eyes with a little bit more mascara. Again, this one's by Benefit. It's the Roller Lash Mascara. Moving on to lips, this is the ColourPop Oh Snap Lip Liner. It's a beautiful kind of like nudie beige pinky color. It's really gorgeous. It goes with a lot of different looks. And I'm taking the Morphe Brushes Cream Lip Polish in the color Blush. This is so gorgeous. I was really nervous it was actually going to be too light for me when I looked at it in the tube, and this was the first day that I was using it and I fell in love. And then going back to an oldie but a goodie, this is the Victoria's Secret flavored gloss in the color Mocktail Hour. Just a gorgeous tan nude. Alright, so that's it for this tutorial. I hope you all really enjoyed it and hope you found it helpful. If you did, please remember to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I love you all so very much, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!